Hello everybody and welcome to Minecraft Musings, when login issues strike, which is actually like the ending of when login issues strike because this is my realm. This is my original world, so for those that have seen the old videos, you might recognize some of this. It's starting to look like a middle finger, but yeah, and I was actually up here where that green dot is in the middle of the unnamed lands. And wait. Okay, yeah, and Darius is where we're at. That's the map I'm holding. It's kind of like a little goat head in the middle, which is funny because, like, growing up a Buena Vista Demon and then CSU Ram and all sorts of satanic stuff, but goat stuff, and I don't know. Greatest of all time. I'm just kidding. No, don't worship Satan. If that exists, you don't want nothing of that. So, anyways, uh, back to all this. So yeah, and this is still the city texture pack, so you notice these bookshelves look a little strange. Unless you've been watching the old videos, then it's like, oh yeah, I remember this is the cow room. Down here is the chicken room. Oh wait. Oh, there's like a view into the sheep area. Is there a way to get into the sheep area? Anyways, no. Not finished with whatever that is. But this is the chicken room, or ducks with the city texture pack. Whoops. Anyways. So yeah, cows in there, emerald hallway, my furnace wall. I feel like that was wider. Like, so you could get out of here, and then this is my art area. I wanted to see if I could get like all the, that looks like a giant TV. Yeah. That's not even all of it. Like there's more variations. And yeah, then I've got railways that go all over the place. Like this particular one, I think that goes up to the goat head. And then that's where I went to go harvest sand for any glass projects or stuff like that. Eventually, I didn't even see this wall. I just walked right by it. Anyways, yeah, there's Steve. There's a, wow, not very observant. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. But, oh, and then also we have this little corridor, which runs by our enchanting room. Oh, wait, and I think I started, where is it? This way. Yeah, a whole nother area. This is, oh yeah, this is the regular art gallery, sorry. Okay, I didn't do anything with that, but yeah, because I wanted a much bigger area to do the painting. And then, ah, gotta be careful with the vines. I don't think there's anything up here. Except the railway. Oh yeah, that's the upper level of what's going to be a gigantic fortress. So, and there's the way off to the goat head. And that is actually a railway. It connects up with my main base. Let's go check that out. Coming from this side. In the mountains. The jungle mountains, which, I don't know, this map is really cool, but at the same time, like, I wish the jungle was a little bigger. If you look on the map, it's just this little corner of this slope, like this rounded area. But, I mean, there's plenty of jungles in this world. Yeah, this is where I got all my original stuff from. Got the hanging gardens, there's some floating crops. Got lava, a giant mob grinder. I was starting to do computer terms, be like, this is the registers, or the memory that's close by, that's easily accessible. Like, yeah, there's all my riches. I've got a few diamonds. Ooh, what I should do. I'm gonna say it's almost time to start blocking those up. But yeah, and then these are really cool. The pottery sherds. I still don't understand how to do a lot of that stuff, and then you've got this. In fact, let's move that. Hmm. Actually, you know what? Gunpowder. Oh, that's netherite. Gunpowder, string, bone. I feel like that all goes. I actually just left a mob chest here. There, we can just put it all in here. So if I do want to grind mobs, all of their valuable stuff will fall from there. I've done it a little bit, I think, but Usually I keep this world in peaceful, like a lot of my stuff. And this is the massive farm, melon farm. That's why I have so many emeralds, is because I just trade hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of pumpkins. Oh yeah, this place is pretty cool. There's my person laying down. So I started building houses together, and I was like, that looks like someone's head. And so then I made it into a head, and then I was gonna just build like a kind of like an adobe village. Here in Colorado, we have the cliff dwellings, which is right outside Colorado Springs. Um, it's like on the Manitou Springs side. But anyways, there's an old settlement from some Native American tribes that was cut into the mountain, and it was a defensive position. So like if people were attacking above it, they could come over to the edge, but they couldn't really go down and under into it. And so there wasn't really a safe way to do that, and so they were protected against other tribes. Because let's face it, people are people. All people have certain characteristics like attacking each other, trying to get resources, trying to get needs met. And like this current yeah, no, it's great. It's great being back in the place. Yeah, my original bed. It's functionality. Oh yeah, and this giant structure here, or this big thing right here, this is actually just a cactus farm. But it gets a lot of bone meal. Alright. Actually, I was gonna say no. This is where I farm bone meal. I mean, it is a cactus farm, but I was about to say that's not accurate. It doesn't really get a lot. Like each one of these levels, let's see, how much is it? It's like one, two, three. Then I think it's another one, because you have, and you might hear it in their cacti are breaking, because you've got the lower level, which is just the floor. Then you've got sand, cactus. Wait, yeah, because it's a floor, then sand, and cacti, and then wait, floor, sand, cacti. This is the fence that breaks it, so this is the floor. So that's the floor of the next unit and the ceiling of this unit. And it just goes all the way up, and so it's like one, two, three, maybe a good 6 or 7, maybe 8. And anyways, and in each one of them is 8 pieces of sand and 8 cacti. And then as the cacti grow, there's just a... Actually, as I'm just talking about, let's see. So if my calculations are correct, that's the floor, that's a water level, so you don't want to hit that. And that, so we could even go a little higher. There. So now, you can see what it is. So, and as the cacti grow, they grow against this wooden post, and then they break, and then they fall into the water, which it's just 2 water sources, one in this corner, one in that corner, so it flows to the middle where there's actually, and you can see right there, there's a piece missing. That one spot, and that goes all the way up, and that also is missing from this floor. And then all of the cacti, as they break, they go in there. Although, I just realized I gotta go get this thing. Oops. Yeah, get those things. Let's go and grab that too. Why not? Because it all falls down there. Everything that goes in the water goes all the way down, and then boom. So, that's the cacti farm, and there's several of these. And I put torches in there. Oh, there we go. Let's go and put another torch in there, just because, well, mobs can't spawn in here. I just realized, because it's water. Even if they did, they would fall to their death, or just end up stuck there. Anyways, let's seal it back up. I don't know. I don't have an explanation for a lot of the stuff I've done in this world. Oh yeah, and here's a bunch of glowberries. So, there's that. I originally got one here, and broke it. Yeah. So anyways, needs being met. People are people. You got the current conflict right now with Israel and Palestine. In fact, let's do some musing. Oh, it's been so long since I've done this. And I have like super jacked up tools too. You'll notice it's got like all these enchantments. I think that's the best you can do. I don't know. If there's better, I can adjust it. I've got plenty of... Well, this also gets you a ton of experience. But anyway, sorry, back to the thing. War. Not to downplay it, like... It's all about resources and getting needs met. And I was talking with someone, and they were saying, or at least that's what I figure. I mean, I was talking with a few people, and they were kind of going back through and citing all these different things, like the people that were about to bring it together, and then or bring peace, and then like one had a stroke, another one got shot, and like there was just um, these few close calls. But even that like was just a mild overgeneralization. Like I don't, pretend to even understand the intricacies of what's going on with what caused the war. But something that popped up was water, and so there's the two main aquifers in the Gaza Strip are a big source of water, but they're also where the Palestinians are trying to live. And I don't even know. It's just people trying to survive. Like really, the whole country, borders, they really don't mean a whole lot. I mean, they do, but they don't. And like, this is like, so if that's the case, and if it's just water, and again, I'm just doing this like hypothetical, like, being cautious, like, in case I misspoke, because it could just be something like completely unrelated to that, is why they've been fighting for so long. I know like the religion could be a factor. We've got Islam and Judaism, and then Christianity closely backed with the Judaism, like the U.S., which it's such an awkward spot because we're trying to be friendly with all these other countries, and we do have a huge influx of people from all over the world in America. It really is like the melting pot. I mean, we're getting all these people here, getting them into our universities, our institutions, and we're teaching them world-class educations, and we expect them to take it home. We expect them to go home and build better futures for their home like areas, like there's certain things that are a bit more restrictive. Like cybersecurity, I know like I got in there and there were some questions like or I don't know, although I don't know how restrictive it was. And honestly, if you really Google the right thing on YouTube, or you YouTube the right thing, or search the right things, you can study all of that stuff for free anyway. I mean, it's just a matter of knowing what to look for, which, uh, anyway, but it's still better to get it taught from someone. So, like, I'm not trying to downplay the importance of education, like, with a professor, with someone that's actually paid for, that's their job, is to explain it and teach it to where you can understand it. And now, yeah, I hope to be that one day, and I hope that like the stuff that I've made has actually helped some people. I don't think it has. The playground maybe, like that has a lot more chance because that actually. So a lot of this is speculation, and like I discuss things and like talk about things, but for actually getting down to the nitty gritty, that's when I break out I'm sharing my desktop and you're watching me do stuff on a browser like Coding Game or Code Wars, that whole Python learning series, which I think I need to change the name, like Let's Learn Python exclamation point. Sounds a little cheesy, but I mean just like learn Python, beginner level. But I don't know, there's still better stuff out there, like Free Code Camp. It's like completely free, and I don't know, I feel like it's a little daunting. I mean, at least when I was using it. But again, free. Like you can't beat it. And not only was it free, like the email list afterward kept like sending me stuff that um and they've actually reacted to some of my stuff on the X app, which is kind of cool when you see like these big names or these like massive influencers like, reacting to you. Or like, oh, I spoke French with Ali K. Miller. She's one of like brilliant with AI and does these really cool videos on YouTube again. And I don't know. Anyways, I just like saying that because like she's like super famous and a huge role model, and like I'm excited because I got a little girl, my daughter, and like I want her to be able to just be like, oh, I could be, I could get into AI, or I could be a computer wizard, like all of this, it doesn't matter, like just because she's a girl, like and my son, yeah, of course, like he can be a computer wizard too, but he's got plenty of role models to look up to. I mean, I say that, but right now I'm thinking about it, like NASA's got the one, like keep seeing the picture of, oh wait, we're still harvesting melons and talking about stuff. Actually, let's get back on topic. So water. If it really is about water, there's a few ways to go about it. None of them are cheap. None of them are easy. I mean, desalinization or desalination, I constantly get it mixed up. One's a real one's a real word. The other one's not. The other's nonsensical, just a typo. Like, because I've searched this before, and my dad actually worked in a water treatment plant here in Colorado, actually up by Leadville, and he explained it to me a little bit. And I also saw this thing on like, I want to say PBS did a special, but basically, well, from what I remember, and this could be outdated, definitely like at least like 20 years, but is there's several different steps to the water purification process. You've got like all sorts of different filtration systems, one including even just natural soil and plants, like that's run through kind of like a marshy bog type thing, only the water is able to escape down low. Um, and so it acts like a filter. And so if you haven't seen like a filter, think of like a coffee filters for anyone who's like brewed their own coffee. There's a filter there to catch all the coffee grounds, but then the hot water goes through it, creating the actual coffee or like the bean juice, however you want to think about it. But it's a similar concept to water purification that way with filtration systems. Now there's other things like there's artificial membranes, meaning that we've created like an unnatural, like a human-made membrane or filter to pass water through. Now that's I don't know. I've heard that's a very expensive and that's not really cost efficient. And then you've got distillation or like using heat to make water evaporate or I'm pretty sure that is distillation, like distilled water you hear. It's like it's boiled water that it was able to boil up, collect on some kind of surface like an umbrella shaped surface, and then it drips down the sides and is caught into another container, like something similar to that. Like it doesn't have to be that exact thing, but or that shape, but that's like a way to do it. And so, this occurs naturally. It's funny because I remember learning this at UCCS when I was just a wee lad, because my parents couldn't really afford daycare, at least not for that time. So he just brought me to class with him, and I just sat there quiet, and like they were smoking cigarettes, and like just sat there listening, and like it was a water cycle. At least this one class I remember. And water evaporates from the oceans. It forms into clouds and moisture in the air, and then those clouds move because of wind and air pressure and stuff like that. So the actual gases, the mass of the gases, is less in certain areas. So then it moves. Oh, and then I think we're like in. Ow, we're already out on another one. Oh, we need to put that back. Hmm. And that. Okay. Gather these up. But anyways, that's how it naturally happens. Is the sun heats up the oceans and the some of the water, not all, I mean, but like a bunch of the water or a decent amount of water evaporates, forms clouds, then moves. Also, I didn't grab any melons, but I really should go drop some of this stuff off. I was cooking a lot of stuff and making, or no, that was in my other one. Well, first let's put the map up. I don't even know where to put this map because yeah, I think we already have one. It's that one. So it's an unnamed territory. Alright, but anyways, so the question is how to get a lot of heat, um, to heat up a bunch of water, and how to build such a structure. And so my thought is just pump a lot of water into the desert. I mean, it sounds crude, barbaric, and like you don't want a lot of the salt, the salination, or all the, sorry, not, it's the salt and all of the other contaminants in the water that you want left behind. And that's the cool thing about evaporation is the water does leave all of that behind. The only stuff that goes up and becomes part of the cloud is purified drinking water, at least pure enough for what we need to use it for. Also notice there's a lot of partials. Wonder if it only takes like, well, either way, whatever. Oof, got a lot of stuff. I guess we have a lot of wood too, so, you know, actually, you know what, let's fire this up. How are we gonna do that? Let's go and do that. Oops. Can we cook bread? Oh. I'm always surprised, like, 'cause that's how, like, I accidentally, like, will do something. Okay. It's kind of a tedious process. But anyways, yeah, pumping water into the desert, it would filter naturally, and you'd want to, like, send it to where you are absolutely sure that you're not going to need to worry about, um, just not even stuff like that. Let's go ahead and see, I've got a slight controller drift if you haven't noticed on this controller. So go ahead and do that. Because I was thinking something like that, like if you put it to where it wouldn't affect anything anyway, there's no plants growing, there's nothing like that, and something that we could actually probably solve as a problem down the road anyway, like we could remove it through processes or something like I have faith in in future humans that we could figure out something to deal with that. But anyways, So we've got a bunch of brine in the desert. Like, we would pick specific locations where it wouldn't matter. Or, I don't know, maybe even transporting it to the very middle of the ocean. No, because that's... And then allowing it to, like, slowly... I think it would be still too rapid, and it would damage any marine life in that area, too. Because that's the other thing you gotta think about. Is, like, this stuff is basically poisoning... Do I have a crafting table here? No. Basically poisoning the marine life. That's why it's so hard right now, is because when you take all the salt water out, you know, you're leaving this brine behind of just like very nasty stuff. So, which I don't know, we could treat that like nuclear waste for now. I mean, like the same way we've been using that process. So, I don't know. I feel skeptical. Like it can't be that simple. And I feel like I've Googled this before and seen like a whole discussion thread with some actual scientists where this is. I mean, I'm a you know junior level computer scientist, but like as far as like actual like the scientists that would know about this sort of thing, like water cycle experts, desalination experts, or desalinization experts, whatever it is. Ooh, we have quite a few of these going on. Wait, is this? Oh, wax block of copper. Okay, so I was wondering if one of those was. So let's put that up there. Okay. Um, However, if it is something as simple as that, then all right. I think we're. I mean, okay, not just all right. We just can't up and clap our hands and erase all the death and destruction that's done in the past. Like we can't. I mean, but we can honor the fallen and make sure stuff like that doesn't happen again, which it's happening right now. It's on a small scale, but still, it doesn't matter. One death is too much, and we've been dealing with this. Not like this has been hindering me at all. Like, oh my gosh, my fancy cushy lifestyle. No, I'm not trying to pretend that, but no, it's just we've been having this death and destruction for too long on all sides. So, also, pumpkins are harder to come by. Actually, even as I say that, now I'm thinking it might be more melons. I can't remember. I have a ton of one and not so much of the other. This is probably why, because I'm going to continue to do this cycle of like, well, I guess I'll just chop all of these. Or somehow I have it in my head that pumpkins are more valuable to harvest. I think it takes more pumpkins, actually. So if you're trying to run like a more balanced system, it's good to do more of the pumpkins and less of the melons, because then the melons you need less of. And if you're trying to do it even, which each villager has a threshold of how many stacks of pumpkins or how many pumpkins and melons that they're willing to trade for emeralds, or they're able to trade in the game mechanics. So, so excited to be back in my world. This is my realm, and it's gonna be, yeah, it's just me and one buddy now, but like I'm getting the family on. They're gonna start building things. They're gonna be able to stake a claim, like take whatever one of the, or I don't know. I mean, I don't need a whole lot. Plus, I started expanding way north, but I want to leave some unexplored. Like, I don't know. This could just be a gigantic, massive. Oh, this is gonna be a llama diorama eventually. I forgot all about this. Nice. Yeah, that was an accident. They kind of get caught with the mine carts and anyways. So this is my yeah, it's just gonna hang out there. Trading area. I have a gigantic storage of melons. Jeez, how far did I go up? This is what I like to do when I'm thinking or musing. Just trying to like think through problems. Problem solve. I mean, that's what you do in computer science is you learn how to solve problems with coding and logic. Like, use a machine to process massive amounts of data for you and then produce a result somehow. Either render an image, compute something, calculate something, transmit something, although that's more of a physical limitation. Wait, is it this way? Yeah. Uh, it's full up. For this first couple, it's going to be awkward like this. There we go. You can actually just back out. No. So there we go. See, yeah, you go through pumpkins faster. That's what it was. So you need more pumpkins if you're going to continue to just trade. I guess it's just one stack. I feel like I keep seeing that. This one, it doesn't matter because you're going to have to do two. You just came from outside. No, you've been trading. Oh. Higher price, eh? Huh. So, anyways, I know water is actually a big source of issues back home, like from Chaffee County, Buena Vista Slide area to the Front Range. Like that's one of the big issues is the mountain folk don't really like the city folk because they sneakily acquired water rights throughout history. Like there's some, I don't know, I feel like it's very similar to the Native Americans and trading beads away from massive amounts of land when they were like, sure, yeah, you can hang out here. We all hang out here. Like they didn't understand the concept of like, oh no, we're gonna make this land and then kick you off of it. Like you can no longer come here. And so they just didn't even really understand the idea. Like, at least that's an overgeneralization. I'm not speaking for every last Native American tribe. I'm just saying, like, that's some American history for you. Like, we traded, like, tons of stuff for beads, basically, or, like, trinkets and stuff that we were able to produce. You know, the whiteys back in Europe. Um, sorry, that even sounds bad, too. Like, can't be derogatory either way. I mean, you know, it's just... an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind, and you can't fix a problem. You can't fight fire with fire. Like, that's really just not... I mean, I don't think that ever really works all that well. Like, I could be wrong, you know. But at the same time, like, or it might not be the best solutions. Like, there's multiple solutions to solve just about any problem. So, if you take the time, you might just find you get what you need. No, I'm just kidding. You take the time, you might find that there's a peaceful solution to all of it. You know, it's just a lot of times like people don't have the time. There's a sense of urgency, or there's a sense of insult, or there's a sense of this and that. All sorts of different possibilities. I mean, and again, super generalizations, just overgeneralizing things. Not intentionally, just like with the limited amount of time and bandwidth. Oh, jeez, yeah, see. Oh, yeah, let's look at the roller coaster while we're here. See, I've got some random houses going. A bunch of emeralds. Bunch of business suit wearing iron golems. Alright, there's the alarm. But it took me a couple of minutes to delete some old film, to get some new film, to upload, and to present to you. Look at giant lava columns too. I think that's at build height. Actually, no, that doesn't look quite. I could be wrong. Anyways. But there is I believe. Yes. Whee! Oh, he's coming right for us. Ah! Ah! Okay. That was dumb. I jumped over the fire. It's okay, I'm in peaceful. It doesn't really matter. I do have diamond leggings. Anyways. Yeah. And then the llama will just randomly make its noises. That's supposed to be the viewing platform, right? Oh, wait. How do I get back? I think I broke all of that. Yep. Ah! Oh, that's scary. Because, yeah, this is certain death. Oh, that's right. I did that, sir. You can't... You actually cannot fall to your death. There. Let's see. Yeah, it's all equidistant away from... So if you're going to jump... It's not going to work. Anyways, this is the llama roller coaster. I had a bit of emeralds from all the trading, and a bit of time to think and build. So I built a gigantic llama. And also, that's not super protective. It looks cool, but you can still burn yourself on that. And with that... Oh, it's still not quite 30 minutes. Alright, intro, outro, all that good stuff. Ah! Oh, here, let's just watch the llama go. That's hawking loogies as it goes. Alright, I will see you all in the next one. Ta-ta. Oh yeah, and that's what happens when issues happen. So, alright, ta-ta. I will see you later.